It's a new week in the Crew Motorfest, and so I have a new guide for you for the next summit. Let's go! Before I get into the video, just a quick shout out to Simgii. He actually helped me a lot on some of these shortcuts and race paths. So please go follow and subscribe to his channel. The link is in the description down below. All right, let's get into the cars first. Vehicles that you're gonna need are the Chevy Camaro SS in Drift, the Citroen C3 rally car, the Ford Focus RSRX, and the Audi RS2 Avant, which is a Street 1 car. And then finally, the Ford Hoonigan with a slalom vehicle of your choice and an escape vehicle of your choice. I do recommend a hypercar for the escape and any vehicle that has score breaker on your slaloms. The keys to this summit are Nitro Chemist and using your nitro in the air. All right, here are the pro settings. Alright, first up we have Gymkhana One. This event is tough. There are a couple of resets as well as a cut, but since this is a lapped race, here is my full first lap for your reference. Enjoy. Alright, next up we have Gymkhana Two. This event has been in a few summits before, however this time they blocked off the reset shortcut that was between these two buildings, so there really aren't any cuts. However, the lines that you take are important. So here's my full second lap for your reference. Enjoy. Next up is called Gymkhana 3. This is yet another lapped race with no cuts. If you're tempted to drift some of these corners, trust your instincts and drift it. I knocked off quite a bit of time by drifting some of the sharper turns. Here's my second lap for your reference. Enjoy. Next up we have Gymkhana 4. This race has a ton of resets in it. It's basically the first part of the drift section in the grand races. So at 11%, go straight at the checkpoint and reset. At 16%, you're gonna do it again. And then again at 18%. And again at 22%. At 79%, you can reset again, but if I had this to do over, I might have chosen to use the gutter to turn in this case. I think it might have allowed me to go a little bit faster. And finally, at 92%, you can cut the corner. Just pay attention to the house on the right, and that's it. Let's move on. Next up is Gymkhana 5. This one is very tough as well. It's the race I spent the most amount of time on. I'll let my full second lap play for your reference. Enjoy. And finally, Gymkhana 6. This is another lapped race, but this time it has a bunch of crazy jumps and resets to save time. Here's my first full lap. Just take note of where I'm jumping and resetting. When this is over, we can move on to the escapes and the slalom. Alright, escape number 1. I start this one from the opposite direction and make a right onto the highway. Here's the full path for your reference. Enjoy. Next up is the slalom. The only thing that matters for this event is the parts you have. The vehicle type doesn't matter at all. I used a racing car and went very slow and still ended with a good score. The parts need to have score breaker with the skilled perk. Make sure the skilled perk is as high as possible on the percentage so that you can score the highest on the event. And lastly, escape number 2. The path on this escape is a bit tricky if you don't know it already, so again, I'll let my full attempt play out for your reference. Enjoy. Alright, here are my final scores. If you have any questions about this guide, you're more than welcome to send me a direct message on Instagram, Twitter, or Discord. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps, and I will catch you on the next one. Trigger out.